Coach, what pleased you the most?
I think 32 assists on 42 field goals. I think that pleased me the most.
Marple's foul shooting, he struggled last year, and he's really come along in that area.
He just keeps getting better. I mean, I thought he was absolutely fabulous tonight. I mean, he rebounded, he drove it, he found people, he scored it, he hit jumpers, and he just kept coming. I mean, what a game by him. He just keeps getting better. Proud of him.
Are you to the point now where you pretty much expect this for him now? Is it?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. You know, and I think more importantly, I think he, you know, sort of expects it from himself. That's the critical part that I think every player has to get to at some point.
Gabe Lasani gave you 8 points and 3 blocks in just 9 minutes. I wonder if you talk a little bit about his development.
He's really coming. I mean, he's been doing it in practice. I really regretted not getting him in the other night. It's a different kind of game. You see, when I first put him in it takes him a little to get settled down. And once he gets settled down, he impacts the game. Because, I mean, how many players that are that big with that kind of reach play with that kind of energy level and speed and quickness? You know, that's why I think he has a chance to be special, because he accepts coaching and he works hard. You know, he just has to overcome. He hasn't played as much basketball as Devin Marple and some of the guys, Matt Gates. He just hasn't. So everything's coming 100 miles an hour, hit him right in the face. And he just has to settle down. And, you know, we have to coach him up and be careful when we yell at him, how much we yell at him. You know, I got on him right away when he missed the rebound off the missed free throw. This is a team that typically shoots 50%, so you're expecting misses. First miss, pops right out of his hands. He tries to rebound with one hand. Those kinds of things. Go get it with 2 hands, and then outlet the ball. And in the second half, he did that. I'm really proud of him.
Second game in a row, Aaron White has really come off the bench in the first half and given your team a big lift.
He's a really good player. He just is a really good player. He knows how to play. He knows what we need him to do. He locks into the game plan. I mean, the only time he really struggles is due to fatigue, I think. And as long as he's feeling good, we make sure we rest him appropriately. He impacts the game in a positive way pretty much every time we put him in.
The second half, you guys started off real sharp after kind of sluggish ending to the first half. What was said, or was it just refocusing?
Well, you know, one of the things we weren't expecting Claiborne to go 5 for 5, and that wasn't in the numbers. But the disappointing thing was after he made his first, and then after he made his second, then we gave him 3 more. That was a disappointing thing. So we talked about that, getting after him a little bit more. Harks hurt us, driving the ball. He had 7 offensive rebounds, 15 rebounds. That's too many. You know, give the kid credit. I mean, he just worked. And he was a guy that we had talked about coming in as a guy we had to focus on. So that was disappointing. We talked about that. We talked about decision-making. We thought in the second half, with a 13-point deficit, they were going to come out and press us more in the second half, which they did. They pressed a lot. And the key then was to handle the pressure, how we were going to handle the pressure. And our decision-making and intelligent shot selection was going to be required to extend that lead. And once we felt like we could extend it, we'd be in good shape.
Your team had like 9 dunks. Is it nice to see him having a little fun and doing that?
Well, yeah, but you know, you don't want to show anybody up. But when they're pressing up like that, they're giving up 2-on-1s. So then you got to go score it. You got to go score it with a dunk.
You've talked before about how Melson sometimes struggles when he picked up the 2 quick fouls. How nice was it to see him come out and give you active minutes in the second half?
Well, he was terrific, and I was ready to go back to him in the first half, which I normally don't do, but I felt like we could get by without putting him back in. We still had a reasonably comfortable lead. But I thought in the second half he was tremendous. It was great to see him come back like that, and now he's got to continue to do that. I think that's a big step as he moves forward for him.
A couple of weeks ago you said on-ball defense was one area you really wanted to see the team improve. How's it going the last couple of games?
Well, it's been much better. You know, this is a unique team. You know, they're a driving team. You know, Claiborne goes 6 for 8 from 3, but you know, it's a driving team, so it's a little bit easier when you got everybody in there. It's much harder when you have to focus on, okay, who are the 3-point shooters? Where are they? How many do they have on the floor at one time? right? If we're in a zone, where is he? Where are they? You know, that's more of a thought process, a decision-making situation where you have to recognize, all right, how are they spaced? You know, we had multiple breakdowns in the UNI game. They have so many three-point shooters spreading the floor, and we didn't handle it the right way. But we have subsequently made adjustments, and I think done a better job in that type of action, because a lot of people run the same kind of action. Tonight was a little bit easier, but still a step in the right direction.
Where's Bryce right now in terms of health and confidence?
You know, I think he's close. I thought he had some great passes on the break. He handled the pressure well. And he's got, 8 assists. He wants to score the ball. I want him to score the ball. A couple times he held on to it a little bit longer than he should have. But when he just is making plays for other people, I mean, we're so much of a more, I think, explosive and effective offensive team, especially when he's out there with Dev as well. So now we've got 2 drive and kick guys and 2 guys that can score. So his jumper is right there. His offense will come. He'll have his double-figure games. But 8 assists and 3 turns, we'll take that.
Okay.